Hey everybody and welcome to the video. Today I'm talking about my run, the questions, the 5 questions which have been going around for a few weeks now. Totally late to the party, wasn't going to bother, but got nominated over and over and over, and I figure I'd be letting those people down if I didn't at least try to give some sort of responses to the questions that are out there. It's a beautiful evening and let's kick off with question number 1. Why do I run? Well, I suppose ultimately it's for well-being. I said in recent videos, given that I've completed the 50 miler recently, I wanted to run just for fun, and that's certainly what I've been doing. Not every run is fun, you know. If you're training hard and you've got a challenge, and you know, that is again one of the responses I suppose I could give to run for challenge, but there are some times when the running you're doing is not as fun as you'd like it to be, because it's got to be purposeful and there's got to be a goal in mind, and you've got to put the work in a certain way, whether that's time on legs, whether that's elevation, so on and so forth. And sometimes it's not always fun to do that kind of run. You'd like to just be chilling, go out for 6 hours, go for a little hike, but it's not necessarily going to benefit you in the way that you need for what you are training for. So I suppose the best answer I can give though is well-being. It's very, very important to me. I want to look after mental health, and if I can keep myself in check, keep myself feeling centered and grounded, I can be supportive to those around me as well. You know, if I'm in a really good place, that puts me in a fantastic position to be the best person I can for those that are in my life. Question number 2, one piece of advice I would give another runner. I suppose there are many pieces of advice I could give, but let's go with this one. There will always be somebody faster and always be somebody slower than you, so just focus on yourself. And if that means deleting all the social media apps, anything that means that you are being tracked, you can track others, then do that, because it is not worth it. Focus on yourself and nobody else. Question number 3, what was your first running event? My first running event was the Surrey Half Marathon. I'd done a few things before then, but that day was significant, it was important to me. It was actually the same day that I ran my first 20 miler, because I ran home afterwards. So I would certainly say that my first running event was the Surrey Half Marathon. Question number 4, what is your most ambitious yet achievable running goal? I guess it will be something like, I've done 50 miles. If there was no cut-off, it's something beyond 50 miles. I'm not necessarily saying 100 miles, because I would still have to train pretty hard for that. But if it was something that I could just keep going, I'm certainly better, I've found, at going the longer distances, as long as I can keep to my own pace. When you bring in cut-offs and it involves a certain element of speed, that's when it becomes a little bit problematic for me. But I think something between 50 and 100 miles is probably achievable and ambitious at the same time. 5th and final question, dream running event. Ever since I started running, I really wanted to go and run a Hard Rock 100. I don't really know why necessarily, but it was that one first race that was in my mind as an early runner, and I think I was inspired by a lot of things that I saw on YouTube, and so that's what I would say. Digging a bit deeper into it, I don't know whether I actually changed my mind on that, but certainly that would be a fair answer to give, because it's always been there as a, I'd love to do hard rock, I'd love to do hard rock, I'd love to do hard rock. And because it's that thing that's kind of ingrained in me from when I started running, I feel it's quite kind of special to me. Like I say, I might be absolutely ridiculous, and it might be that if I looked into it I'd realise I didn't want to run it at all. But yeah, that, and I think it's also worth kind of just giving a nod to some of the races that we have on these shores. It's all very well going further afield, but I haven't explored anywhere near the number of amazing races which are available to me, you know, within 100 miles, 200 miles driving distance of where I live right now. So I think it's worth doing that. Does that answer those questions? Look, I always say to people, if you want to ask me a question, sure, you can do it in the YouTube comments, or just send me a DM on Instagram. It's the easiest way, best chat facility. I can send you a video message, you know, audio, whatever, little back and forth, and I can answer your questions. Please don't feel that you have to wait for me to put a video up, or in the hope I'm going to put a video up to answer a question that might be really, you know, kind of on your mind. I'm happy to answer it as and whenever you want a response to it. So there it is, everyone. No, I'm not nominating people. If you want to do it, that's cool. You go ahead and do it, and you can just tag me in it, and we'll just pretend that I nominated you. I don't want you to feel left out. If you've got a YouTube channel and you think, oh, I'd really like to do that, but no one's nominated me, I'm doing it now, open-ended. So thanks for checking the video out. Hopefully it was of some value. Like I said, I'm late to the party. You may not care. but tough luck. All right, catch you next one.